Hey, my friends. So last time I saw you, we went ahead and we drew our self-portrait. What we're going to work on doing today is coloring our self-portrait, but we are going to use our people colors to do it. We're going to go step by step because we don't want to go ahead and just color our whole portrait all together. We want to break it down step by step. So we're going to start with our eyes. So first of all, our eyeballs themselves are white. We do not have color everywhere. When we drew our eyes, we included our iris because that is the space that has color. So when you choose your color, you are going to focus on your iris. So choose your eye color. Many of us, when you look closely, are going to have more than one color that you may want to use for your iris. Maybe a little bit darker or lighter. So maybe you may need to use different colors. As we go through, we're going to do that. Then we're going to move on to our mouth. So our lips are actually a different color than our skin tone. They may be lighter, they may be darker, but you need to take a look at yourself. You can use the camera on your computer. You could use a mirror, but take your time. Find a color that will work well for your mouth to fill that in. Take your time. Notice how as I'm going, I am blending colors together using more than one because it makes a color that fits my coloring a little bit more. So we've done our eyes, we have done our mouth. Now we're going to work on our hair. Now here's the thing about our hair. Our hair is not all one color. We have our shadows, and then you are going to have at least two other colors for your hair color. Now my hair is really, really dark, so this is going to be the primary color for my hair. These are going to be shadows and highlight colors. So when we color our hair, we're going to pick our main color for our hair and lightly go ahead and color in our space where our hair is. I am only going to do half of my head because it's silly for you just to watch me color my hair. But I do want you to see how I'm going to work to add my other colors. So I'm coloring lightly, way down and around. Here we go. So right up to the edge of my face. So I'm adding my hair color. There we go. So that's going to be my main color. I'm going to come in with my other three. Not all at the same time because we can only draw with one color at the same time. Now, when we drew our texture on our hair, that's what we're going to use our other colors to go over. We're going to go over those lines. So we have all three of our colors worked in. So once we've done that, I'm going to go back to my first color because now I'm going to color in a little bit darker over top of all of my other colors that I've added. To fill in the rest of my hair. So you are going to work through that step by step. Don't rush through it. Take your time as you are building your colors. Now, we have other hair. We have our eyebrows, our eyelashes. So what I need you to do is take that main hair color that you chose and go over we drew with our black marker or our black drawing crayon. So you already have some nice dark lines there. We're just going to go over them with our hair color because that's going to help fill in a little bit more. Eyebrows, our eyelashes, and good. So next, we're going to pick our skin tones. Now, here's the thing about our skin tones. All of my people colors that I have here are all versions of brown. My black we use as our shadow. My white is as a highlight because neither of those are people colors when we're working in art. Those are art colors. We use them as highlights where there's a lot of light. We use them as shadows where we want it to be dark. We did that in our hair. We use that black as a nice shadow to show all of the different textures and lines that we have in our hair. So from the colors we have left, I'm going to pick a couple of colors because not always is one going to work. So mixing a few of them together sometimes works a little bit better because we have shadows and we have highlights on our skin as well. So one, go ahead and pick a color that you think is going to work best for you. And I want you to start with your neck. We're not just going to go ahead and start coloring in our whole self. So like I said, when I work on myself, because mine is a lighter, a little bit pinker brown, but I still have shadows. So I'm going to work in different colors because this is a little bit too yellow. That is a little bit too warm. So we need them to balance it out. It is a cooler warm brown than just this, but this is much too light. So we're going to build them in together. So after you've done your neck, we're going to move on to our ears. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a base color and I'm going to go over it to fill in any of those little white spaces in between and to blend in the reds with the yellows. There we go. So my other ear is a little bit trickier because when I added my hair actually went over top. So I'm going to have some other colors blended in. So not much of my actual ear is going to show through, but even with my hair down, you can still see some of them. Now next, we're going to start with the eyes, adding around the eyes and the eyebrows, because as we go back, we want to make sure we're not going to get carried away coloring in our skin color and color over top. Now I am going very, very quickly. You are going to take your time and get them filled in as you work your way around. I'm also going to go back with my other color to even out and to fill in. So I have light base. Now filling in that neutral so it has more of a lived skin tone look. Because having just one color isn't going to work. It makes it look very flat and unrealistic. There we go. Next, our mouth. So we already added color to our mouth, so we want to make sure we're coloring around. Being intentional. intentional is so very important as we're working on adding our color, just like it is when we're drawing. Being intentional. There we go. So now you're going to work on going ahead and coloring in the rest of your face. We've built around our eyes, making sure our eyeballs are still showing. We took our time and colored around our mouth. We use multiple colors for our hair to make it look like all of those strands and the highlights and the different colors that show through. So take your time, go ahead and finish in coloring in your portrait. Next, we are going to work on our background, and we are going to look at an artist for our inspiration for that.